Hello and welcome to another episode of That Movie Show. Today I'm going to be doing a movie review, and it's a movie which I wanted to watch for a very long time and only recently got around to doing so. That movie is The Hateful Eight. Now the last film that I reviewed of Quentin Tarantino's was Death Proof, and I wasn't particularly kind to it. So it's nice to review something that I actually enjoyed, but let's get straight into the review. So overall, I gave this film 84%, which, if I'm not mistaken, is actually the highest rated thing that I've reviewed so far. Granted, I've not reviewed that many things, so there's plenty of time for something to overtake it, but at the moment, Tarantino sits in pole position. So let's see how I came to that score. So the first section that I'll look at is the visuals. As with pretty much every Quentin Tarantino film, the visuals are excellent in this film. I love his eye for a shot. I love the fact that he uses very long takes. It's always been something I've enjoyed about Quentin Tarantino's work in that he takes classical filmmaking styles but modernizes them just enough for them to be different to their classical counterparts, and I really enjoy that about him. In addition to that, he's also great in the editing room, and that shows through on this film too. So I gave that section an 8.5. Next section is the audio, and for me I found the audio to be really great in this film. I enjoyed the fact that Tarantino brought back Ennio Morricone. I read somewhere that they fell out after Django Unchained, and I'm glad that they managed to get together for this film. One of the first things I noticed about this film, within 5 to 10 minutes of watching it, was how similar the score was to the score for The Thing. Not so much in its tone, but more in its style. When I checked up on IMDb, Ennio Morricone used a lot of the leftover material that he originally wrote for The Thing in The Hateful Eight, and I felt pretty pleased with myself that I spotted that. The music suits the movie throughout the entire film and does an excellent job of building suspense and tension, just like he did with The Thing. So I gave this section an 8.5 as a result. For the performances section, I found that I really enjoyed pretty much every single character in this, and I think Tarantino is really good at drawing excellent performances out of actors. Not just great actors, but he does it really well with bad actors too. I mean, he pulled a magnificent performance out of David Carradine. It's just one of the many things that makes him such a quality director. One thing that I enjoyed in particular about this film is the tension and dynamic between all the characters. It really seemed like each and every actor really understood their role in this film, and they play them all magnificently throughout. In particular, I'm going to highlight Kurt Russell as a standout performer in this film. For a character who is such a brute, he came across so likeable to me. I really enjoyed his performance in his character in this film, and it's actually the second time that I've given Kurt Russell a glowing performance in the film. The first time was when I reviewed The Thing, ironically, and this film is pretty much a remake of it. So it's nice to see that Kurt Russell came back and did a very similar role, and did it to a very similar standard as well. But it's not to draw anything away from all of the supporting cast as well. Everybody is excellent in this film, and I really can't pick out anybody who weakens the film at all. So, great job there, and I'm going to give it an 8.5 as a result. The final section is the writing section. Now, given that this film is going to lose marks on originality just because this is pretty much a remake of The Thing. Yeah, the settings have changed, and he's basically taken The Thing and given it a Western skin, and he's done an extremely good job of doing that, but because it's not an original story really, I'm going to score it a bit lower. But that's not to say that the story is bad. I think that Tarantino has done an excellent job of taking the story from The Thing, translating it to a Western setting, and sprinkling it with all of his trademark excellent dialogue, which again is one of the key aspects about this film that makes it so good. As with a lot of Tarantino films, the dialogue is excellent throughout, and it's really engaging and it's really captivating. He really does a good job of giving his actors something really interesting and meaty to say, and it strengthens their performances that they have such good dialogue, and I think it's one thing that Tarantino really excels at. So I gave this section an 8 as well, which brings the total up to 84%, the highest scoring film or TV show that I have reviewed. I'd highly recommend that you pick up a copy of this film and watch it at any given moment, because it is a really enjoyable film. I did thoroughly enjoy The Thing. It is one of my favourite horror films, so to see Tarantino do such a great job of giving The Thing a Western skin and still pull off something that feels like it's new while at the same time being faithful to the original is really impressive. So I highly recommend that people watch this. That's all I've got time for in this review. I hope that you've enjoyed the review, and I hope that it makes your decision to watch the film easier. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.